There was 6 seconds left in the game. Again, 2-point game.
Did you see what went down in the Wnba finals? Cheryl Reeve, the famous Minnesota Twins coach, just made a bold statement that's sending shockwaves through the league. She's not just pointing out a few missed calls. She's claiming the whole game was fixed.
I know all the headlines will be Reeve cries foul. Bring it on.
Here's where things take an interesting turn. Reeve isn't just voicing frustrations. She's bringing receipts. She's highlighting everything from unusual foul calls to a major imbalance in free throws. And now, LeBron James has stepped in, publicly backing her up with a tweet in support.
James tweeted, he said, "I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the damn players dictate the outcome of a close, battled, tested game."
This could be a game changer for the WNBA. If you thought fans were upset before, just wait until you hear what Cheryl Reeve had to say. Her post-game interview with the Minnesota Vikings started off routine, but then she hit everyone with a jaw-dropping statement. Reeve stood there, calm and composed, and then, out of nowhere, she unleashed her frustrations.
I saw a very physical and aggressive New York team. We know this from being a part of the game for so long that sometimes you get away with stuff when you're physical and aggressive, and they certainly did. It's a shame that officiating had such a hand in a series like this. Obviously, there's always going to be a team that's going to be a little more disappointed than the other. I thought today.
The room falls completely silent. You could hear a pin drop. Everyone's in shock, eyes wide, barely able to process what they just heard. But Reeve is just warming up. She doesn't hold back, going after the refs, the league, everything.
It ain't that hard. Officiating it's not that hard. When someone is being held, be consistent. If you don't want to hold it one, then don't call it the other. Be consistent. Every team asks for that.
It's like a volcano erupting. Reeve is on fire, calling out every single thing that went wrong. She blasts the refs for incompetence, accuses the league of ignoring the issues. It's a full-on attack, and she's not holding back. But here's the real shocker. Reeve has the receipts. She points to a wild stat showing the massive free throw imbalance. So skewed, it seems impossible it's just by chance. Practically shouting, she asks, asterisk, how is this fair? How is this even possible? Asterisk, and honestly, she's got a point. But she's not done. Not even close. Reeve starts digging into past controversies, hinting there's a bigger issue at play. Asterisk, get this. Asterisk, she says, ramping up.
That's tough. It's tough to swallow. Just like our 2016 championship that was lost. Officiating, missing a shot clock violation. This sucks. This is for a championship.
It's as if she's drawing a clear line, revealing that this isn't just a one-off situation. It's a trend, and Reeve is calling it out. She's gaining momentum, passionately insisting that changes need to happen.
We have got to change our challenge rules, and the officials doing the game should have a third party.
Reeve makes it clear. She's not just airing grievances, she's offering solutions. It's obvious she's put a lot of thought into this, and she's seizing this moment to advocate for genuine change. The passion in her voice is unmistakable when she says, asterisk, we need to make this right. Asterisk.
Right? It just doesn't feel right that you lose a series with that level of discrepancy.
You can feel her frustration, anger, and disappointment. It's all raw and real, striking a chord with everyone listening. Before long, Reeve's rant goes viral, and WNBA Twitter erupts with reactions. Suddenly, everyone is talking about it. Players, fans, and even those who typically don't follow the WNBA are joining the conversation. It spreads like wildfire on social media, completely overshadowing the media headlines. She said, asterisk, this needs to change now. Asterisk.
I know all the headlines will be Reeve cries foul. Bring it on, right? Bring it on. Because this shit was stolen from us. Bring it on.
You might think that's where it ends, but it's just the start. Reeve's words have ignited a larger movement. Calls for accountability are ringing throughout the league. People are demanding answers and pushing for change. This isn't just about one game or series anymore. It's about the integrity of the entire league. And while Reeve's comments are still resonating, there's one question everyone is asking. What really happened in those final seconds? Get ready, because we're about to dive into the most controversial call in WNBA history. Think you know what went down? Think again.
NBA 2024 season is finally over with the New York Liberty winning their first WNBA championship ever winning against the Minnesota Lynx 67-62 in Game 5. Now, this was a hard-fought series all around. And while the New York Liberty is celebrating and their fans are celebrating, everybody else is talking about the foul that was called that should have never been called in the first place.
Imagine this. Just 6 seconds remaining. The Liberty trailing by 2. And Breanna Stewart has the ball. The atmosphere is electric, and you can feel the tension. Stewart, their star player, is the one everyone is relying on to pull off a win. But what unfolds next? It's about to surprise you. Let's take a look at the clip that set off this controversy.
After disaster, like this, at this point, it's laughable. I can't even hold back.
Did you catch that? Stewart grabs the ball and starts driving toward the basket, with everyone in the arena watching closely. Then, boom! She takes her shot, and suddenly, the referee blows the whistle, calling a foul on Alana Smith of the Lynx. The crowd erupts, but hang on. Something doesn't seem right. Let's rewind and analyze this play step by step.
So she gets the ball here. She jumps 1, 2, 3, 4. She at least jumps 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. She at least takes 4 steps at minimum. She might have taken 5. She hops, stutter steps, and doesn't put the ball down until she gets in the paint. She literally catches the ball close to the 3-point line, doesn't put it on the ground until she gets into the...
That's a clear violation, no doubt about it, but the refs are missing it. How do you overlook something so significant in such a critical moment? But hold on, it gets even crazier from here.
After she gets the ball and kind of travels, then it looks like this Liberty player is going straight up with.
You need a microscope to see it. Smith is right there, sure, but she's barely making contact with Stewart. How can that be called a foul? It's as if the refs are imagining things that aren't happening. The video may not show everything clearly, so let's take a closer look with a still image.
So as you can see in this photo here, which is right before Stewie goes up with the ball, Alana Smith is not touching her at all. She has 2 fingers that look like slightly tapping the ball. Her body isn't touching Breanna Stewart. Her arm isn't touching Breanna Stewart. There was clearly 0 contact here.
Now you might be thinking, asterisk, surely they'll challenge it, right? Asterisk, you're absolutely right. Cheryl Reeve jumped in to challenge the call immediately. Everyone's holding their breath, convinced it has to be overturned. But then, okay, it stands.
In real time, everyone's looking like, what? That was a foul?
The refs stick to their guns. They come back and say,
The ref said.
Alana Smith is not in a legal guarding position. Therefore, Stewart will be shooting 2 free throws. And Minnesota loses their time.
The refs stand firm. They come back with their decision.
You guys, the final free throw count at the end of the game, the Liberty shot 25 free throws and the Lynx shot only 8.
Not in a legal guarding position. Since when is that even a thing in this kind of situation? It feels like they're inventing rules on the fly. So, Stewart steps up to the line and sinks both free throws. Just like that, the game is tied. But the implications go far beyond those 2 points. This call didn't just affect one game. It shifted the entire series. And get this. The free throw disparity for the whole game was staggering, raising plenty of questions. Let's take a look at the statistics.
He said, I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the damn players dictate the outcome of a close, battled, tested game.
That's not just a small discrepancy. It's a Grand Canyon-sized gap. No wonder Reeve was furious in that post-game interview. Even LeBron James couldn't hold back. He tweeted about it too.
Isaiah Thomas tweeted, they low-key cheated for New York, but I get it, LOL.
He said, I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the players determine the outcome of a closely contested game. When the king of basketball is calling out your refs, you know there's an issue. And he wasn't alone. Damian Lillard also weighed in, criticizing the refs with his own comments.
Fans were noticing the commissioner's outfit that she wore for the trophy presentation. I saw this tweet that said, oftentimes the league wants to market X to win.
If you thought that was bold, just wait until you see what Isaiah Thomas tweeted. He really let loose.
Just look at this photo right here. I'm gonna save this image before this gets taken down too. Just look at her dress. It's literally the New York skyline. And okay, I kind of get it. They're playing in New York, so no matter what team wins, but you have a New York team playing their final.
When LeBron James weighed in, it was like throwing gasoline on an already blazing fire. When the king of basketball speaks, people pay attention. His tweet criticizing the refs gave a huge boost to all those theories. Suddenly, it wasn't just die-hard WNBA fans discussing it. The entire basketball community was buzzing.
I can't even talk straight. How do you go into your closet and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna have a really big job after today's game. We're gonna have the most fans watching this game in over 20 years. You know what dress I'm gonna wear?
These conspiracy theories are spreading rapidly, putting the WNBA in the midst of a major PR crisis. And with the league remaining silent, it only communicates one thing. They know they messed up.
I'm here to tell you, dog, it was simply ridiculous. Now, one call sparked debate online throughout this whole situation, and I'm here to tell you, this is very questionable, and this is what I be saying about them WNBA referees.
So, what's really on the line here? This isn't just about a single game. It's about the future of women's basketball. The WNBA just had its highest-rated finals in 2 decades, but at what potential cost? The very integrity of the league could be at risk.
Wait, the WNBA officiating, it's been an issue for years. There have been numerous complaints from a bevy of individuals about the quality of the officiating in the WNBA.
Consider this. Why would anyone risk rigging such a crucial game? It all boils down to money. The New York market is a major revenue generator for the NBA. A successful team translates to more viewers, increased merchandise sales, and greater overall profits. But here's the real concern. Experts are warning that this controversy could damage the league's credibility for the long haul. It's no longer just about whether the game was rigged. Now the focus shifts to why they thought they could get away with it. What happens to women's basketball if fans begin to doubt the legitimacy of what they see on the court?
Like on every level, it's just disaster after disaster after disaster after disaster. Like this, at this point, it's laughable. I can't even hold back at this point. There were so many people, former WNBA players, current WNBA players coming out and just saying how bad the referees were, how that could actually happen in the finals game.
Now think about this. When was the last time you saw a room full of seasoned sports journalists react like that? It shows just how unique this situation truly is. Reeve didn't just push the boundaries of post-game protocol, she completely broke them. And here's the twist. As surprising as Reeve's claims are, they only hint at something much bigger. The real reason behind all of this is even more shocking than anyone imagined. Once you uncover it, your perspective on professional sports will change forever.